The hero returned home, where his sister hugged him emotionally. The boy was surprised by the girl's reaction to his appearance, but after a closer look he saw anger on her face. The sister asked the hero not to go anywhere else. She was very afraid of losing him again. The hero stroked the worried girl on the head and told her not to worry. The guy also expressed his desire to become a hunter. The girl's face immediately twisted. The hero showed the magic cube he received from Li Jihe. With it he could get a status window. The hero proceeded. He took the cube and it began to emit an incredibly bright glow. This amazed the hero. But when the cube just began to disappear, his expression began to change to disappointment. The hero thought Li Jihe had tricked him, but his sister calmed his brother down and told him to call out the status window. He did so, and saw that he had two status windows, one of the Mirim and the other of the hunter of this world. The girl decided to see which status window her brother had, and immediately rejoiced. She said that her brother should forget about being a hunter. The hero wondered why his sister was saying that, and she began to explain. Warriors are divided into 6 classes: warrior, tank, mage, priest, assassin. There are higher classes, but those are the basic ones. The girl told me that she herself is an archer, and the highest class is a sniper. The basic classes are innate and cannot be changed. Now the girl was ready to tell why the hero could not become a hunter. The reason was very simple. He simply had no class. The girl continued to press her brother, as she wanted that he would not give up the idea of becoming a hunter. In order to improve, the level requires experience, which is obtained by killing monsters, but without the skills to do so is impossible. The girl said that skills can be obtained through the skill cup, but it costs unimaginably expensive, namely 20 million won, sometimes even 25 million won. The girl said that people with classes get skills as they grow in level, while those without classes have to spend money all the time. The sister already had a taste of victory because she knew her brother had no money, but the hero remembered Li Jihe, who could give him money. The sister was annoyed that her ingenious plan to dissuade her brother from wanting to become a hunter had failed. The hero wondered that he couldn't understand why a genius from Mirim didn't have the talent of a hunter. He assumed it was some kind of mistake. Cheoxin Mountain, the training dungeon of the Dawn Guild. Sister was killing monster rabbits with her bow. The hero was not surprised by such skills. The rabbit's body disappeared and a rock appeared in its place. The boy picked it up and was surprised that this stone could be exchanged for money. The girl told him that it was an incredibly important resource that made the nuclear plants disappear. The girl warned the hero to be careful, as she still underestimates him. She worries. The hero easily outmaneuvered the rabbits that attacked him. Due to the fact that the hero used the abilities from the Mirim, killing the rabbits didn't gain him any experience. The hero looked at his only D-rank skill. It was the class skill of a warrior. His sister noticed the guy's reaction and came over to tell him that they still had time to try out the guy's skill. The hero was embarrassed that the skill was D-rank, and the girl said she couldn't even imagine what kind of contract he had with Li Jihe, but the sister was sure that the hero would be of great benefit to her. Suddenly the hero's face became gloomy. The girl was worried, but he took her hand and told her he had found a better place. After they arrived at the place, the girl was horrified. At the place was an incredibly huge number of monsters. The girl asked how many of them, and to her surprise the hero said the exact number, namely 337 rabbits. The girl was worried because there were a lot of monsters, and her brother is only at the initial level. The hero told his sister not to worry and jumped right up to the rabbits. In fact, it really hurt the hero that his swordsmanship was graded AD level skill. He landed on the ground, causing the objects around him to start cracking and breaking. The rabbits noticed the guy and were ready to attack. Abruptly, windows appeared telling the guy to hit the lines. This infuriated the hero even more, as he had been practicing with his sword for an enormous amount of time. He shattered those windows. The monsters jumped on the hero, and he used his Fino-Apno and cut through many rabbits with blow after blow. The hero gleefully told the system that it would take her another 100 years to teach him anything. The windows appeared again. The hero had already managed to get angry, but after paying attention to the text, he realized that his swordsmanship skill reached A+. The hero started poking at the windows that appeared in an attempt to change the settings. His sister was shocked and wondered what it was just now. The hero, on the other hand, kept poking around in the windows, looking to see if his strength was showing up in the system. Her sister continued to wonder. What just happened was simply impossible, as the hero reached A+ rank in the blink of an eye. The hero found it entertaining thing and was surprised. He asked his sister one thing: "Is it true that you can get experience even if the skill is passive?" The girl confirmed, but asked if anything was wrong. The hero smiled as he gained an A+ rank origin skill that allowed him to freely transform his enhancement. The guy got into a stance, swung his arm, and landed a powerful punch that seemed to cut through space itself. The hero told the girl the good news. Now he could use his martial arts skills to gain experience. The hero assumed that the strongest in Korea also got this skill. The sister was horrified at her brother's blow. The girl turned to her brother. She guessed that the hero is strong. However, when she saw with her own eyes, she realized that this power is amazing. The girl said that in the wolf dungeon, if she had been stronger, people on her team might have survived. The girl cried and said she didn't know how to lose anyone else because of her weakness. She asked her brother to train her to make her at least a little stronger. The hero put his hand on the girl's shoulder and reassured her. He promised to be sure to train her. Smiling, the hero admitted that he had never had disciples, but also said that he would be harsh with the girl. The girl was incredibly happy about this opportunity, and the hero did it so that her sister could protect herself in a critical situation. The hero, smiling and in a good mood, said that it was time for them to go to the next point. As the family fled, the sister asked what the brother planned to do next. Rabbits jumped at them from the mountain. The hero spotted them and prepared to strike by filling his fist with energy. He launched an attack, and it killed the unsuspecting rabbits. The hero said that he would use martial arts, and also intends to learn other class skills. He remembered Lee Jiha, who became much stronger after combining her martial arts with her skills. The hero was surprised and jumped out of his seat. After jumping, he found himself over a crowd of monsters and began to ponder, because he remembered magic, which even with his powers is difficult to combine. The hero struck an incredibly strong magical blow. The girl was struck again by such power. The boy continued to talk. He was determined to become a mage, because this was a new area for him, and if he combined it with martial arts, he would become much stronger. The girl's gaze went blank for the reason that it was harder to become a mage without a class, as the cubes for mages were much more expensive than normal ones. The hero rejoiced, while the girl decided not to tell him anything. The hero became familiar with the two systems he had, and now she knew that there was a big gap between them. The Murim system has only 2 indicators of external and internal strength, but the Hunter system has absolutely everything. The hero reflected on the fact that the origin of the systems is different, or rather they were created by different creatures, but by the same methodology. With the Hunter system, you could level up by killing monsters, but with the Murim, you had to spend a huge amount of time to make a breakthrough. The hero remembered that he was lucky enough to wake up in a cave that had incredibly faithful martial arts techniques. The hero continued to think, and to his great surprise, he realized the creature that gave the world the human system was the goddess, the creature that transported him to the Muirim, the heavenly warrior. The hero, along with his sister, had been walking around the dungeons and leveling up for a month now. Seeing different monsters, he started to get the feeling that he was still not on Earth. The hero managed to reach level 22. The guy also taught his sister 365 vessels in the human body. In fact, for his sister's age, it is too late to start studying martial arts, but he found a way out. The hero walked up to his sister, who did not understand anything, put his hand on her back. He asked her not to cry and not to scream, even if she was about to bleed. The girl did not understand what her brother was saying to her, but a moment later the girl's screams could be heard from their apartment to the whole street. The hero pierced her vessels and poured his power into her body. Through this procedure, the girl began to raise her skills. The hero met Li Jia, who offered to get right to the point. The hero noticed that the girl was not ceremonious as usual and went straight to the point, to which she replied that this was part of her character. He noticed that Li Jia hadn't called in a while, and assumed she was up to something. His guess turned out to be right. The girl advanced to the guy and offered to go on a date with her. Initially, the hero was surprised, but almost instantly calmed down and refused the girl's offer. The girl, on the other hand, said that she did not have to refuse right away and told him about a level 10 dungeon, to which hunters are allowed no lower than level 45. The girl said she wanted to go there with the hero. The guy asked why the two of them should go to that dungeon together. The girl said that dungeons of that level have player control, and she wanted the hero to get stronger as a hunter. The guy was amused by this, as the girl wants to speed up his improvement. The girl replied that the words the guy uses are very old-fashioned, although she admitted that for an old man it is normal. The hero recalled that whatever alliance they had was only supporting the Dawn, so he didn't understand why the girl would make him stronger. The girl talked about the Sun Festival. It was an annual event in which the strongest guilds in Korea showed their strength. Although from the outside it looked like a friendly competition, in reality, it would be fashionable to call it small wars. Now there's a war between the Dawn and Dusk guilds, and they're killing each other in a dungeon, which is why the public doesn't know anything. The hero didn't understand what they were fighting for. Li Jia told that it was all because of Park Toon, who suddenly began to increase his power. After saying that Park Toon began to obey the heavenly warrior, the hero lit up. He started to ask what his relationship with the heavenly warrior was, but the girl just said she didn't know anything. The hero wondered. The girl went on talking. She couldn't understand why he was doing that. They used to be friends. The girl felt sad because they had been close to him, as the only people who had survived the horror of Muirim. The girl very insistently asked the hero to participate in the Sun Festival as an ally of the Dawn. The man sat in the car. The hero and the girl approached the car and talked about how Twilight takes over a lot of the dungeons. If the fact that Twilight is taking a more advantageous position is revealed, then Dawn is over. The girl also reminded them that they had lost the director at such an important moment. The hero said that he understood what the girl was talking about, but he still did not understand why to help him almost as a hunter. Li Jia told her that the Sun holiday is broadcast to the whole world, so there is a lot of press following it. If the hero used martial arts, that could cause problems. The girl asked if the hero was ready to confront the World Hunter Association. The girl asked to use only the skills of a hunter, and the hero reluctantly agreed. The girl rejoiced at the hero's agreement, and he asked if she had gotten what he had forgiven. The girl showed the suitcase, which had 6 cubes of skills, and 1 each of the higher skills of a mage and a wizard. The hero thought he had made the right decision, but after being pelted with the right documents, he was angry. It's not like in this world like in Yurima. Here you have to confirm everything with documents. The girl told the hero to register a guild, even though the hero didn't want to. The girl told how much the skill she bought for the hero cost, so he had to agree. The hero came up with a name for the guild, the Martial Arts Guild. The hero and Li Jiha headed to the Wyvern Dungeon. The girl asked the hero to be careful, though wyverns are not that strong alone, but there are a lot of them. The hero agreed that there were many, as he was able to sense 3,000 monsters. But the hero was only happy to have so many monsters. He began to accumulate energy, swung, and struck an incredible magical blow that killed a huge number of monsters. The girl was very surprised, as the hero was able to master the skill in just a couple of hours. He also told her that magical power and energy management are similar. The girl asked the hero not to overdo it, as he could run out of OM. The hero, on the other hand, was not worried about it. The boy asked the girl if all the monsters in the dungeon were the same type. She said they were. Harib thought that was strange. The girl went on to say that no dungeon with more than one type of monster had been found in 13 years. A huge monster was killing wyverns. A man was feeding fish. It was the Pitchfork of Paktoon, leader of the Twilight Guild. The man was approached by the man. He told him that the Dawn Guild deputy was doing strange activity. He also told the leader about a newcomer that the Dawn Guild is supporting with all its might. The leader continued to feed the fish and asked for more information. The subordinate told him that the hero is the brother of Cha Yun-Sol, who is part of the Dawn Guild. He also talked about an oddity, namely that the hero disappeared for 14 years. The subordinate said another oddity, namely that the time of the hero's appearance coincided with the director's resignation. The leader asked the subordinate to stop and asked where the hero had been for 14 years. He started taking a bunch of papers and said that their intelligence had not yet been able to figure it out. But the intelligence found out another thing, and that the director had disappeared, not resigned. The leader suggested that the director had been dead for a long time. One thing became obvious to the Twilight Guild leader, and that was that the protagonist was from Urim. The hero continued to have fun in the dungeon. He enjoyed killing monsters. The girl, on the other hand, was surprised by Oz's incommensurable reserves, as the hero placed monsters without a break for an hour, and there is no exhaustion. The hero decided to explain to the girl the anomaly with his Oz. The hero told that the skill given by the girl, which allows to exchange a life for Oz, helps him. The hero began to load the girl with information, and it turned out that his body is immortal. Actually, for this reason, he has an infinite amount of mana. The girl was tired of such a huge amount of information. And the hero just said that even though they are different powers, but due to the fact that he reached the limit in one, it will now be easier for the second. The hero decided to destroy all the change before the battle with the boss. The girl thought about how stupid she was. She not only tried to use him, but even to kill him. After thinking about it, the girl wanted to reach the same level as the hero. For this reason, the girl jumped up and started killing monsters. Falling down, she latched onto a rock and jumped back up to attack the monsters again. When she landed, she noticed the huge amount of stones that fell off the monsters. She couldn't figure out when he was going to collect such a huge amount. The girl pondered that the danger level of the dungeon was much higher than it was supposed to be, so she needed to raise it. She pondered about who to take on the raid, but her thoughts were interrupted by the appearance of a huge monster. She couldn't understand where such huge monsters came from. The girl tried to retreat. The monster noticed her and instantly was in front of her ready to eat the girl. He drew his weapon, but the monster used demonic power, which made her fly away. The girl knew there was something wrong with the dungeon system. The girl was just about ready to accept her doom when a hero appeared and cut through the monster and saved her. The hero told the girl that he had noticed them before. She couldn't understand why he hadn't done anything then. The guy, on the other hand, explained that the boss had to be fought at the end. The hero told the girl not to worry. The guy walked away from the monsters and offered Li Jia something to eat. The girl, on the other hand, said that this was a bit of a bad time. The hero, on the other hand, began to accumulate energy, with fire in one hand and lightning bolts in the other. He said to wait for him for a while, and also warned that they would have a fried chicken. The girl was surprised at the guy's strength, even though the hero said he was using magic. It seemed to Li Jia that it was more like blows. That being said, she was very surprised that every blow the hero took was imbued with pure magic. Suddenly the girl's face turned pale. A huge green portal appeared right in the sky, from which monsters began to fly out. She shouted to the hero to retreat. The girl could not sit still as she felt that the hero was in danger, and she rushed to his rescue. The guy didn't listen to Li Jia. She used her ability on the dragon, but a huge number of little monsters flew there to protect the monster. The girl shouted the guy's name, but all she had to do was stand there and watch, as her powers were very low. She noticed an interesting oddity. The little monsters moved as if ordered. The girl came up with a plan, as they needed to eliminate the huge monsters first in order to win. Li Jia turned her attention to the hero, who remained indifferently in the huge cluster of monsters. The girl did not understand what the hero was thinking. She meets such an anomaly for the first time. Also, the girl thought that regardless of the strength of the hero, there is dangerous. The girl climbed on one of the vertebras. She succeeded as they all followed the hero. However, the girl's plan failed, and one of the monsters flew into the fan in which she was flying. The girl rapidly began to fall downward. She used the dagger to lash out at the other monster. The monster that spotted the girl was aimed at her. She decided to jump and attack the monster. The girl was confident in her strength, since in a one-on-one being, no monster could defeat her. She used the shadow game, but soon she was in for a disappointment. At the last moment, a hero intervened and again saved her life. He destroyed a huge number of monsters with his blows. Li Jia, who was watching this, and was incredibly surprised, as the hero summoned a huge number of swords even without a source of power, so also controlling each of them. It proved that the hero had infinite energy to be able to pull this off. The guy decided to stop pretending to be a hunter and aim thousands of swords at his enemies. All that was left of the huge number of monsters were the stones that covered the ground of the dungeon. Although the girl was glad she had survived, she was very concerned about what it was. If this happened in other dungeons, it would become too dangerous. The hero considered the stone that had fallen off the monster. The girl was worried, as she wanted to investigate, but the problem was the head of the Twilight Guild, who would find out about it right away. She didn't know what to do, but the hero interrupted the girl's thoughts by asking about the stone, which was different from the others. It was a monster skill stone. It falls incredibly rare, and the size of this stone would horrify anyone. The girl expressed her desire to talk to the hero. A month later, outside, people were discussing the upcoming Sunshine Festival. They were discussing the hero, who they thought had become a hunter just a month ago. It was all overheard by a man. When this man came to work, a glass was broken over his head, and they started shouting. since this man was unable to find out anything about the hero. The head asked the director to calm down. Then he made a serious face and ordered him to sit down. The headmaster sat down in silence. The head began to talk about how the Dawn Guild was wrong to reveal their cards so early. The chapter intended to destroy the sprouts before they sprouted. The man from the Twilight Guild sat in the cafe and was visibly nervous. He glanced at his watch. The time was now. The hero had come to this meeting, and as soon as the man saw him, he sewed right away. He thanked the guy for accepting the invitations. The hero got wary. And the man who invited him, there offered to shake hands. The hero did not pay attention at first, but then shook hands with the person he was talking to. The hero asked who the person he was talking to answered. The way the hero spoke seemed rude to this man, but it would only help in his purpose to find out everything possible about the hero. They got down to business, and as the man took something out of his briefcase, the hero thought about what a stretch he was. The member of the Twilight Guild pulled out a magical tool, namely a soundproof barrier. He pressed a button, and this barrier formed. The man explained that the thing was very suitable for private conversations. The hero was interested in the word private. The man confessed why he requested a meeting with the hero. His guild was going to make an alliance with the guy's guild. The hero didn't understand why all of this, since she was already a partner of the Dawn Guild. The man confessed that he was aware of this, and also that the Dawn Guild was investing all its energy into the guy's development. He also revealed that they knew about the director's disappearance and about the hero's joint raid. The man noted that the hero didn't join the Dawn Guild. He also knows that the guild was created only to lure Dawn. He promised better conditions than Dawn and offered the hero to join them. The hero was amused, but even interested. There was only one thing, but he would never break his promise. The man began to talk about their pact, but the hero stopped him. He got up and walked away from there. The guy only came to the meeting with interest. Now he realizes he was only wasting his time. The man got nervous right away. He offered twice as much money as Dawn, but the hero didn't care about the money, as he would never sell his promise for any money. The member of the Twilight Guild was visibly nervous. He tried to stop the hero, but he didn't know how to do it at all. The man in the other cafe jacket turned to the man. It was the head of the guild. He approached the man and in a menacing tone reminded him that he had ordered the conversation to continue as long as possible. He grabbed the subordinate by the tie and still let him go. The man immediately began to apologize. The head said that it was all right. He was very concerned about the reason why the hero had come. He could not understand him in any way. Li Jie found out what happened from the hero. The hero also said that most likely members of the Twilight Guild knew that he was from Mirim. Although he didn't feel the resonance, he noticed the energy of the chapter. Hero continued the conversation on the phone. The girl said that so far there has been no progress in investigating the dungeon issue. The girl also thanked the hero for his help in this matter. He said that it wasn't a problem for him. He still needed to raise the level. The girl asked why the hero's tone was so gloomy. At the same time, her sister asked when the guy would finish talking. She said they could go. The hero hung up. The brother and sister headed to their parents' grave. The girl was crying and talking about her brother's return. The hero, on the other hand, stood there and seemed very upset. He thought it was a bad idea to come here, as he had changed a lot since then. Even looking at the picture of his parents, the hero did not feel anything. He did not want to show that side to his sister. The girl asked the hero if he was okay. She said the boy didn't look sad or moody. The hero, on the other hand, just kept quiet. The girl asked why the hero was silent. She asked if he really didn't feel anything. to which the brother apologized. The hero said he would remain the same brother, but he could not show what he had lost. The girl was angry. The girl was very angry about that apology. That's not what she wanted to hear at all. She wished her brother would have supported her like in the past. The girl said that the hero had changed a lot, and she would like to see the brother she once knew. The hero said he couldn't be the same since it was a long time ago. The girl left saying she didn't feel she was living with him. The hero regretted going along with her. The hero also wanted to know why he had changed, but his thoughts were interrupted by a notification from the Murim system that said, "Why does he still consider himself human?